Hey guys, before I start the reaction, please go check out Dreadbear Final Centurion's channel, and also, so hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Alright, so already, we're in G, so we're a little bit of Gmod for this, but that's still good. Whoa! Those effects though.
It's showtime, everyone!
What the heck? Did not see that coming. The following video is a concept based on the character trailers for the upcoming movie Willy's Wonderland. The concept of this video are based on Dreadbear's FC interpretations and Magic fan game. Okay, yeah. All fictitious characters in this video belong to Dreadbear Final Centurion. This video is also quite dreadful. Viewer discussion is advised.
Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin! Showtime! Hey everyone, welcome to Dreadbear's Dystopian district. Ready for the third time emperor. That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin! Showtime! Time to spend the jazz with me, everyone! It's time to get snappy!
Oh, that's the character in my video.
That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin. Showtime!
That's a witch, the way they introduce characters.
Hello, friend. I have another stories to tell. Could you help me? Share your story with me. Coming too close, my friend.
Pretty creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time.
I know some might complain is a repeat, but this is an intro showcase.
You know what
So don't complain about that. You guys knew.
Showtime!
Here.
And we shall rock into the moon. There is an imposter among
Kind of sus, eh? Okay, I'll stop with the joke right now. Sorry, guys.
That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin. Showtime!
Come on! That's what I made it, dog. It's a word, the entertainment!
Okay, Marionette's a little hilarious as they do this creepy jump.
That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin. Showtime!
It's time to cook, everyone. Bring in the ingredients and I'll show you what I'm made of. Our first ingredient is fresh meat. Our second ingredient, love.
That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin. Showtime!
Let's rock, everyone!
Ah, that's who it is. I didn't even watch the videos based on this character's tell just now.
That's it Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time. Hey everyone, do you know what time it is? It's time for the show to begin. Showtime! That's it for today, everyone. Time to bring this show to a close. See you next time.
Whoa! Is that all the characters showcase? That's pretty interesting about all those characters, obviously. Now, when Dreadbear showed me the pictures he made for this, I thought I would like the cat, but the marionette seems more comedic and interesting. Oh. Oh, that was quite dreadful. Oh, come on. 1977.
Welcome to Marcus Farm.
Oh!
Let's chill out and let's party! I was late. I now seek to take back what was lost.
Forgotten.
Hello everyone. If you have made this point in the video, congratulations. You have watched probably one of the most scariest videos that will ever be on the channel of Dreadbear follows Centurion in YouTube. Thank you all for watching, and huge thanks to all those who voice acted and told me this concept project possible. A couple questions to the viewers. First off, what is your favorite intro? And what is the scariest intro?
I did voice act in this, so but but it's been a while. It's been a while, and of course Holly. Oh man, I got the scariest one.
Peace out and sayonara.
All right, that was Dreadbear's Dystopian District characters intro showcase. The scariest video on my channel yet, which I actually kind of will say yes because of the background and everything. Might someone might go, oh, it sounds repetitive, but reality is though, it's showcasing the characters. It's not supposed to be the whole. It really is not supposed to be this whole like, oh fam, it's funny and goofy, but then you find out it's the scariest thing you've probably seen on the channel. Alright, so now there is a couple more videos, so I'm gonna look at those right now. Stop using them on!
Too close, my friend.
Jeez, Holly's voice is creepy in the editing.
There is an imposter among us. Time to eject you.
Our first ingredient is fresh meat. Our second ingredient, love.
I now seek to take back what was lost.
Jeez, my character's creepier than heck.
If y'all have not seen the most recent video on my channel, the last video, it should be the Dreadbear's Dystopian District character introduction showcase. You should go watch that video. But for those that have not, That project was based off like the character mini trailer animations for the upcoming movie Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland is I'm not gonna watch
because
because
voice.
it just
movie
doesn't. For some reason, it's like for me.
So, for those that have not seen it, it's a concept, so it might not become an actual thing in like in a FNAF fan game or something. Of course, you know. However, you might have a question. How did I come up with all this stuff? And what about some trivia behind the scenes stuff? Well, this is the video. Ladies and gentlemen, Dreadbear Dystopian District trivia and behind the scenes. Okay, so first off, let's start off with some of the more general behind the scenes facts. The character concepts for both Jeffrey and Frida were actually created back in early 2020 before I switched to a gaming PC. They can both be seen in this older artwork that I posted a while back on my Steam. Now, here's an interesting concept behind the quote-unquote scrap animatronic. So this is a little bit of a mess, so please try to keep up. So there was originally a different concept for this project in which Marcus Klastos was not supposed to be the original scrap animatronic. In my original plan for this project, there was actually supposed to be an older version of my OC dating back to the beginning of 2019 that would be the scrap animatronic. And likewise with the other characters, this animatronic did have a poster, but the idea was scrapped in the final version of this project. If you've watched the entire video of the character intro showcase, you'll notice that there are 2 cutscenes used in the FNAF 2 ambience. This is obviously based off of the FNAF 2 cutscenes that appear in the game before the menu and after you beat each night. Another little tidbit, in the FNAF 2 cutscenes, if you look at the top left corner, right when the static takes over the screen where the screen goes black, there's usually text. For the first cutscene in FNAF 2, the text is but in other nights, I believe it's me, as in Golden Freddy. Now, for the cutscenes that I put in this, I actually did put text in there to reference some of the other content that has appeared on my channel. If you look at the first one, it says, "Stop using that pun," a reference to Long Live the Pun King.
Trust me, if he was a frog, he'd be
Oh no!
And the second cutscene has "That was quite dreadful," which is supposed to reference Aaron teasing the crap out of me with that.
Oh man!
I guess you could say it's quite dreadful.
Now onto some more general character information. Certain characters for this concept project have some part of their name, at minimum, based off basic Latin translations via Google Translate. I know it can be a little unreliable at times in terms of translating it from English to Latin, but this is what I ended up getting. Egad's last name, Agestas, is a translation of bunny in Latin. For Corvus, his entire name is based off of a Latin translation of Dark Raven. The translation reads, Vulpes corvum vitae tenebras. Corvus comes from corvum, and tenebrae comes from tenebras. Carabellas' last name is a translation of cute in Latin, but cara is Spanish for face, and if you translate both of the languages, it technically translates to cute face for Carabellas. Marcus's last name is Klastos, literally meaning broken in pieces, which is somewhat accurate of his character, seeing that he is the scrap animatronic. Lunar Locus's last name comes from a Latin translation of space, and another thing, all the voice lines were edited to extent with Audacity. My voice lines were the first created for this project, while Mario's were the last voice lines. For Marcus's character intro, the year is set to 1977, the year in which the first Chuck E. Cheese chain of restaurants were founded, which is sort of what FNAF is based off of, so was Willy's Wonderland. Before the establishment became known as Dreadbear's Dystopian District, it was originally known as Marcus's Marvelous Lounge, if you've watched Marcus's character intro. Before the final name for this project was set, I had trouble deciding on the final name. Several names were suggested. All the following titles that were not used have my possessive in front of it. So, The possible ones I could have used were Dreadbear's Twilight Dystopia, Dreadbear's Dreadful Dystopia, or Dreadbear's Dark Domain. All three of these names were considered for the final name of the project, but Dreadbear's Dystopian District was ultimately settled on. Let's get on to the character trivia. Starting off with Marionette, the dancing marionette. He is the dancer animatronic of the establishment. Marionette's name is obviously derived from marionette, which is why his base is a marionette model from FNAF 2. The name Mario might come from Super Mario from Nintendo, but in actuality, the name Mario actually means better. Mario is supposed to be based off an Italian dancer, not just by his name, but also by his physical appearance. If you're not able to tell, his colors, red, white, and green, are supposed to be based off of the Italian flag.
Makes sense.
Let's move on to Egad Augustus. Egad is the rockstar guitar player animatronic of the establishment. He is known as Rockstar the Rabbit because of his voice actor, Funtime by Bon Koopa 098, or Chris. On his channel, however, he ran a Gmod series known as Rockstar Gmod. Another thing, Egad's color scheme
worth checking
is
out,
partially
guys,
based
by the way.
off a species of bunnies known as the mini satin rabbit. This species of rabbit can have a color scheme similar to that of Egad's. Egad's voice line, the evil one that is based off of one of Rockstar Bonnie's voice lines in Ultimate Custom Night.
I found my guitar, now reach for the stars as I plunge it through your heart.
On to Corvus Tenebrae. Corvus is the adventurer of the sky for the establishment. Corvus's first voice line has another song's lyrics in it. Can you guess the song? And I'll give you your hint. It's actually the song I use for my outro. If you haven't figured it out, it's Fly Away by the Fat Rat.
Come and fly away with me.
Corvus's second voice line, or the evil one in this case, is literally a line from the 19th century poem known as The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh!
The line is, quoth the Raven, nevermore. Corvus's base is Stone the Crow from the FNAF fan game Pop Goes. Now for Marcus Clastos. Marcus's base is Ennard with a withered suit. Marcus is solely inspired by ajmarkle, with his first name, color scheme, and the fact that Aaron voiced Marcus. And Marcus was the establishment's original mascot before Dreadbear took his place. On to Jeffrey Jazzbear. Jeffrey is the jazz musician animatronic of the establishment.
Like the background music,
His
kind
color
of gives a vibe a little
scheme
bit.
in the prototype artwork was more akin to the Derpy Fresque righty model, the opposite of the lefty model which I use for my OC, and Jeffrey's base is the righty model. In the original poster, however, Jeffrey's instrument was a trumpet, indicating he was a trumpet player, but in his mugshot for this current project, he's actually been changed to a saxophone player. We're on to the last few, so we'll get this out of the way quick. Now, Cara Bellis is the cooking animatronic of the establishment, if you couldn't tell by her character intro, because the background of that poster is a kitchen. Cara's base is Cindy the Cat from the FNAF fan game Five Nights at Candy's. Lunar Locust is the space adventure of the establishment. He is supposedly the most generic character, as his base is simply an Among Us suit with righty arms. Last is Frida. Frida's base is the Quiddix Funtime Foxy, and Frida is the German storyteller of the establishment. She is German due to her name, Frida, which in that language means peaceful ruler. She will one day take over as the main mascot of the establishment in time. Alright everyone, so that was all the behind the scenes facts and trivia regarding Dreadbear's Dystopian District character intro showcase. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video, even though it was kinda lengthy. But other than that though, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And also, if you have not answered the straw poll questions that were in the video project, in the description of that video, please check them out and answer them if you can, because I might expand on this with some backstory and lore. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Sayonara, everyone.
Alright, that was the behind the scenes facts and trivia. And yes, guys, I did help voice act some of the lines for obviously the Marcus, the original character for Dreadbear's character, took over. And let's just say I really love what he brought to the table on this. And I really love how he basically did a concept idea and made it like a idea that he might do in the future. Personally, I'd like to see him do a fan game. I mean, comment down below if you think he should do a fan game in the future. I mean, after all, you never know when that could happen. Now, he does have one more video that I have yet to check out, so this is a story. Let's go see what they have to bring.
Hi everyone. So for the Dreadbear's Dystopian District project, for the first video of the showcase character intros, I posted a straw poll question voting in the description, and one of the questions was, should I do a backstory on this project concept? The last time I looked, everyone answered yes. So that being said, it's time for a story. Except I'm not Candy Cadet. That's pretty obvious. So please do yourselves a favor and grab a popcorn, grab a drink, sit back and enjoy. This is going to be a somewhat lengthy video because I will be telling the story of Dreadbear's Dystopian District from the beginning and to where it currently is now. So anyways, let's go. This is Chapter 1, The Genesis. The year is 1977. A growing company by the name of Leprous Entertainment wanted to bring something that was rising up in that part of the century. A restaurant that used animatronics as entertainment.
Yeesh, they were creepy. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese.
The company decided to make that a reality. But there were problems with that. Number one, the company was having trouble gaining traction and a foothold given the other competitors of its time, such as Showbiz Pizza, Chuck E. Cheese's, and even Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which at the time was known as Fredbear's Diner, all of which have already made a name for themselves. Regardless of that though, Leprous Entertainment came through and opened up their first location. A new entertainment establishment, among others across the country that would eventually be created, was settled in Hughesville, Pennsylvania. It was recently just built there. It was to be transformed into a place where kids and young adults can come in and chill out with others while enjoying the sight of a blue and black animatronic, always entertaining, always talking, always operating along with others. One is an Irish green bear, the other a crimson red fox. The blue one, the main mascot, is known as Marcus Clastos, was the first one brought to the establishment a year prior.
Yep, that's my voice line.
1976. In the following year, the other two animatronics came in. That is when the place eventually became known as Marcus's Marvelous Lounge, where it eventually gained the attention of news presses and even the Pennsylvania government itself as the most popular lounge/restaurant hybrid in the city of Hughesville. The word was definitely extravagant. Hundreds of people visited and chilled at the lounge weekly. Sales were booming. Everyone was happy. The atmosphere definitely had it all. But then things began to go downhill for Marcus's Marvelous Lounge. In 1979, the place had a failed health and workplace inspection following their second year of operation. The lounge was to close for a few months following that inspection in order to get everything back in control and to pass the next inspection. It eventually happened. The next inspection did come and they did pass it, so the place was allowed to reopen to the public. for the next 13 years, as long as they passed each inspection every 2 years. As time went by, however, the place still remained popular to visitors and the local community, but there was more trouble on the rise. Throughout the twilight years of its life, Marcus's Marvelous Lounge had to deal with numerous lawsuits concerning the safety of the customers regarding the animatronics, and even some ridiculous cases like bad food quality and extremely minor injuries that were non-life-threatening. The establishment won almost every single lawsuit, losing and settling a few here and there, but nevertheless, the place remained popular nonetheless, like Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which at the time had rumors of a murder taking place at the location.
Purple guy
However,
did it!
That was subject to change. In 1989, a few years before the establishment came to a real close, there were 8 people, 3 kids and 5 teenagers, were murdered during a coordinated attack by a small band of criminal thugs during Wednesday, a business day, at the establishment. The murders were no mystery, of course, unlike Freddy Fazbear's or Fredbear's Family Diner, and the criminals responsible were all caught, arrested, and sentenced to life in prison in the following months, following their trials. In the meantime, Leprous Entertainment's CEO declared to have enhanced security around their only establishment at that time. Security cameras were installed, and the animatronics that remained there were programmed to connect to criminal databases in order to identify criminals and apprehend them accordingly in order to prevent another disaster as such from happening again. The animatronics themselves were also fenced in with a safety fence to keep children or other people from accidentally getting into their enclosures and perhaps causing a similar occurrence that would become known as the Bite of 87 in the following years at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. However, there was still a final nail to the coffin to come that same year. It was a Thursday night. The establishment was within 1 hour of closing their store for the night when the last disaster struck. There were customers still in the building at that time before closing, so they were just finishing up their food. The Irish animatronics enclosure was not maintained properly by the employees and staff throughout the years, and the recent safety fence that was put around on the Irish animatronic collapsed, leaving it exposed and potentially dangerous. There were around 20 customers in the establishment at this point, but one of the teens strayed off to gaze dangerously close to the Irish animatronic. The animatronic suddenly had a malfunction, its programming got corrupted from an unknown source, and then the animatronic attacked the customer. The others that were away from the scene witnessed what happened. Some stood in horror, and others rushed to deter the machine from causing another killing under the company's name. The assistant manager on deck for the night quickly brought out a kill switch for the animatronic that was attacking via a remote control that shut off the animatronic, ceasing any further action. Another note, all the animatronics had this remote, but only one of them would be used. But sadly, by the time the animatronic was shut off, it was far too late. A pool of red blood surrounded the now dead, lifeless body all around the incident for everyone to see. The police were called to the incident. Everybody was questioned. The staff, the customers there at the scene, the manager, and any other assistant managers that were there. The proposed cause of the murder supposedly stemmed from the poor maintenance of the animatronic enclosures, disregard for safety, and the animatronic malfunction itself. After the incident, Marcus's Marvelous Lounge was no more. It was shut down. The Irish animatronic that caused the murder in the first place was scrapped immediately. Even the red-head animatronic was also scrapped despite not being involved. Marcus Clastos, however, was not scrapped. Instead, saved for potential future use, if the chain was to be revived. His character was thrown in the parts and service room, left to slowly rot. The establishment, once known as Marcus's Marvelous Lounge, was gone for good. only a faint whisper in the deafening darkness. But it wouldn't be long until things looked bright once again. Chapter 1 has officially come to an end. We are now in Chapter 2, The Resurgence. Just not my Ecliptic Resurgence series before
I get
you
that.
all thinking off like that. Sorry, I had to. The year is officially 1992. Month is February. 3 years after the end of Marcus's Marvelous Lounge. The former establishment at this point was abandoned, rickety, and with a shadowy, dark, creepy atmosphere, contrary to the once bright, cheerful one given 15 years ago. Leprous Entertainment decided that their establishment needed a brand new name and a much-needed refurbishment. A new slew of characters were to grace the forgotten stages of time. The new mascot would be a black and red bear with a hat, glasses, a totally not dangerous buzzsaw, and an exposed endoskeleton hand. A redefined mascot, along with others with different thematics. The schematics for the new refit included the main concert stage and several side stages featuring the other animatronic characters. Within the first few months of the planning, 2 more animatronics were received for the establishment, alongside the main mascot known as Dreadbear Centurion. There was a black and white bear, appearing to wear some sort of tuxedo with a spiffy green bow tie and green eyes and top hat. The animatronic had a saxophone, and this animatronic was named Jeffrey Jazzbear. He was given the role of the jazz musician animatronic. During test simulations, his music box flared to life in a blaze of glory. The second animatronic was a white and cool blue vixen with prosthetic blue hair. This animatronic became known as Frida the Vixen, the German storyteller. Another 6 months have gone by at this point, and by then, the remaining animatronics have come in. An orange rabbit known as Augustus, an astronaut known as Lunar the Locust, a cat named Carabellus, a raven named Corvus Tenebrae, and a marionette named Net. In September 1992, the establishment formerly known as Marcus's Marvelous Lounge has become Dreadbear's Dystopian District. Restored and renewed. The establishment became a new big hit in Hughesville, Pennsylvania, and since then, it has remained popular. But perhaps the real darkness has yet to be seen for themselves. That's it for now. That, for now, is the complete story of Dreadbear's Dystopian District. The origin of how it was once a completely different atmosphere, of a different character, of a different time. It is now what it is. Anyways, everyone, I will hope to see you in the next video. And sayonara to everyone.
Wow, I mean, that's supposed to be very, very good. If you guys watched the whole video, you got to this far, props to you. I mean, I think you guys definitely are the best if you guys made it this far. And obviously, this is like, I'm going to call it a Dreadbear Dystopian District mini-series, showcase, behind the scenes, and the actual story, just so you guys could understand. And also, again, as I said earlier, subscribe to Dreadbear if you haven't. And also, if you guys enjoyed this and all the videos, I will put a link to them down below so you guys can check them out. I really, really like the series, and should it be an actual game? I say yes, because I think there's a lot of potential. Some inspired stuff, but also some unique storylines. I mean, comment down below if you guys think it should be a fan game, and if so, let me know. So, if you think of the last video where it had a great dawn is yet to come, perhaps the first animatronic that was brought in as the head of the old establishment comes back. Who knows? And if you guys like this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the content I bring, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. God bless, you rock, don't forget it.